of the Vice Chancellor of this great university, of course, a distinguished scientist, Professor Ayodiji Olayinka Johnson Agboola, who of course, by virtue of him being the Vice Chancellor of this great university, the Chairman of the Senate of Olabisi Onabanjo University, a distinguished member of Olabisi Onabanjo University Governing Council, and of course, the heads of the management of Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwoye. Let me welcome you all, our distinguished guests, and of course, distinguished members of the Entomological Society of Nigeria, to the 52nd Annual Scientific Conference with the theme, the role of insects in the world economy post-pandemic era. But before we formally commence the program, let me once again welcome you to Olabisi Onabanjo University, university of so many ways, so many firsts. Just like somebody mentioned this morning that I, from Corporate Affairs Division of Olabisi Onabanjo University, to come and explain to him why Olabisi Onabanjo University Agoiwoye is the first to deploy artificial intelligence in conducting post-G2ME examination throughout the Federation. I said, well, at the end of this program, this conference, we get to know that if I'm to go by what I say in the team here, the role of insects in the world economy post-pandemic era, it shows clearly that some people must initiate something. That was what Olabisi Onabanjo University tried to do by introducing artificial intelligence in making sure that examination could be conducted without seeing ourselves physically. And that is what we call the new normal in conducting examination in an institution of learning. Please, can we put our hands together for Olabisi Onabanjo University? We are not stopping at that. Olabisi Onabanjo University, till today, I stand to be corrected, the largest ICT center in terms of capacity. 3,000. You want to talk about, you can confirm that there. I know you pay during the tour of facilities in Olabisi Onabanjo University, you get to know more of this. So on this note, I want to welcome you to a very safe environment, a serene environment of note, like my Pro-Chancellor will always mention, the university in a park. Thank you very much. Please, I welcome you all once again to Olabisi Onabanjo University, the first state university in Ogun State. Thank you very much. With me to conduct the program today is the Head Department of Mass Communication, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Can you come forward, Dr. Akinola? Thank you very much. So I will equally announce myself as the Atinet Corporate Affairs Division, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Whatever is my name, I once again welcome you all. Of course, as soon as the Vice Chancellor and another distinguished member of the management team come in, the program will commence proper. But before we go into that, we want to recognize the distinguished personality in our presence. Of course, apart from the members of the Entomological Society of Nigeria, we have distinguished members of the University Senate in our presence, directors, deans of faculties, head of departments of Olabisi Onabanjo University. We thank you for coming, for making sure that you identify with the 52nd Annual Scientific Conference of Entomological Society of Nigeria. Thank you very much. I will hand over the mic to Dr. Akinola to commence the to commence the introduction of distinguished personality here present before the program formally commences. Thank you very much. You are most welcome.
Thank you, Wally. God bless you. Distinguished Kabesi, very senior members of the Nigerian Society, ethnologist, I greet you. My learned colleagues, when I say learned, I'm not talking about legal. I know Kabesi is legal. My colleagues in the academia, my junior colleagues, greatest Nigerian students, and of the greatest of them all you Nigerian students, where are you? Okay, let's say hi. Hi. Thank you. I'm so excited, coming here today on the invite of this association, this society. I've seen quite a number of faces I've not seen for a couple of years. And what it tells me is I'm also aging. I can see my friend, all gray hairs, but still looking very handsome. I can see Kabesi. Kabesi, at some point in time, I worked with his organization as a reporter. And it was so exciting to be reunited with Kabesi again. My job is very easy. I'm working in conjunction with the corporate affairs boss to anchor this event. My name is Dr. Olanrewaju Akinola. I'm the head of mass communication department of this great university. And for your information, I passed through this university. And I'm so proud. Let me recognize a couple of people who are here, not in any order, please pardon me. The representative of our sister university's Vice Chancellor is here. That's the Vice Chancellor of Traditional University of Education, Professor Wale Banjo, who is ably represented by the boss here today, Mr. Oguneye Kabiru, FCA. You're welcome. A round of applause for him, please. I have a father of my childhood friend. At a point, he was our employer. You know, he taught us to do journalism. If you know community newspaper, as it were, in those days, you know village news. And then he also had Flight Express. If you traveled in the Nigerian Airways, all those times, you read some magazines. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to tell you that we have a distinguished Nigerian here. Kabesi, Dr. Barrister, His Royal Majesty, with all respect, Babami, Oba Olufemi Ogunleye, the Omulade Akinade of Owu Abeokuta. Kabesi, I greet you, sir. Thank you. I also have the Vice Chancellor of Glorious Vision University in Ogwa, Edo State, Professor Babatunde Idowu. Professor Babatunde Idowu, you're welcome, sir. I'm also reliably informed that you are the branch chair. Yes. All right, sir. I appealed to the people here. I don't want insects to bite me. And they assured me. And I also told them, you see, my blood is very, very bitter. Any insect that bites me today, I'm a bad girl. Thank you, sir. I also have Professor Ogbogu. Professor Ogbogu is a board member of this great society. Professor Gogo, can I say, oh, thank you, sir. You're welcome. Representing the Ministry of Forestry, I have Pastor Isaiah Adeleye, who is representing the Permanent Secretary. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. Representing the Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Agric, Abeokuta, the Professor Olushola Babatunde Kehinde, is here ably represented today by another distinguished professor, Professor Oludele Tanabe. Prof, you're welcome, sir. And also, just to be sure that everywhere is calm and cool, and we're all peacefully settled here. So we have the Honorable Commissioner of Police for Ogun State, who is ably represented by the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Edward Omosoyin. Your own greeting is better, sir. I give you salute, sir. Thank you. I see so many faces. Don't mind, once I get your record, Wale will continue, but I must not fail to recognize my one and only brother, Kogas. That's what we used to call ourselves then. So many things have changed. MD CEO of Mr. Biggs, Ijebu, then, and then all of a sudden my friend disappeared, but nice to see each other again. He's also another great alumni member of this university. A round of applause for him. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished Head, Department of Mass Communication, Labisi Onabanjo University. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I think it will be an oversight that will be very difficult to manage if I fail to recognize the presence of the Vice Chancellor of this great university. Even though you contest that, this man is not physically seen here right away, but once you have the spouse of the Vice Chancellor in our midst, silently sitting very close to another distinguished personality of this great university. The spouse of the Vice Chancellor is not just a professor, of course, but the Dean, Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Please join me in welcoming Professor Mrs. Anotolai Dichi Agbola into our midst. Thank you very much. Madam, we recognize you, we appreciate you, and we thank you so much for coming. It's equally very important for me to recognize another distinguished personality in our midst from Olabisi Onabanjo University, a former director, Entrepreneurial and Innovation Directorate, Professor Usman. We appreciate you, and currently is the Director of CWES, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Let's give him a round of applause. We currently have in our midst another distinguished Professor of Microbiology, currently the Director of the Study of Research, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Professor, are you there? Without mentioning that Professor Samuel Bankole, thank you for coming. We appreciate you. We equally recognize the man of so many parts, Director, Linkage and Partnership, Olabisi Onabanjo University. Dr. J.S. Ashidi, you are most welcome. We appreciate you. Sitting right beside a distinguished Professor of Physics and currently the Dean, Faculty of Science, Professor Abidemi, John Abidemi Lawe. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. I could also see the Dean, Faculty of Management, Administration and Management Sciences, Professor Muse Sholanke. We appreciate you. We thank you for coming. Also distinguished lecturer and currently the head, Department of planning, what do you call it? Is it maritime planning? You want to change it? Transport planning. Yeah, we will change it later because the regulation is the order of the day now. So that is Dr. Raji, we appreciate you. I must not fail to recognize other distinguished personality in our midst. Mr. R.B. Adekunle, that's our Chief Security Officer. Where are you? Oh, area cool and calm. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Other distinguished personality in our midst, we appreciate you. We want to assure you that in a couple of minutes, the program will commence formally. But before we do that, let me quickly recognize Mr. Bolade Tokumbo. For you in our midst, thank you for coming. And of course, Otuba Labi Okunsoya. You are most welcome. Thank you for coming. And also, please let's put our hands together for them. They must have scheduled so many things before they had the time with us today. Thank you. Also in our midst is another distinguished academic. It's called a distinguished scholar, just like somebody mentioned this morning. He is Professor R.S. Adamu, a fellow of the Entomological Society of Nigeria. You are most welcome. Please let's put our hands together for him. Please let's put our hands together. When we hear Professor in Yoruba land here, we say good professor in this field. When he, thank you very much. Let me reserve that. So when the program commences soonest, you get to know more about what academia is all about. We refer what we call academics in our midst here. In Olabisi Onabanjo University, we honor and distinguish our scholar. We equally have Mr. Oluremi Olabode Kolawole Ononuga in our midst. Thank you very much. We appreciate your coming. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for him. Thank you. Once again, I want to, I mentioned earlier, the University management ably led by our Mibu Vice Chancellor, Professor Ayodeji Olayinka Johnson Agola. It's already in our midst. It's a distinguished team. Thank you very much. Please, can we give them a round of applause as they move to the high table? Thank you very much. Please, let's put our hands together for them. These are the movers and shakers of Olabisi Onabanjo University in terms of policy making and other progressive moves in Olabisi Onabanjo University. Thank you very much. Let's have our seat. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's be seated. May I humbly, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor of Olabisi Onabanjo University, formally welcome you all to the 52nd Annual Scientific Conference being organized by the Entomological Society of Nigeria here in Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agoiwe. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I humbly introduce to you the man behind the progressive moves in Olabisi Onabanjo University, the intellectual entrepreneur I've been mentioning before you came in, and of course, the statistics scholar, a scientist of note, and of course, a distinguished university administrator. He is Professor Ayodeji Agboola. Can we give him a round of applause? Also with him today is the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic. She is Professor Mrs. Olatunde Abosede Oderinde. Also with us here today is the Deputy Vice Chancellor of Administration, is Professor Charles Olufemi Adekoya. Can we give him a round of applause? We currently have in our midst the Registrar and Secretary Council of Olabisi Onabanjo University. He is Mr. Temi Ogunwumuju. Of course, the acting university librarian will join us soon as Yes, I've just been informed that she's already with us here because we cherish what we call academic activity, scholarly program of this nation. She is Dr. Mrs. Adepomisi. Thank you very much. And of course, it's exchequer of this great university, Bossa, Mr. Asebi Makide, FCA, will join us soon. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together for him. Like I mentioned earlier, we'll be co-hosting this program. The Head Department of Mass Communication will do further introduction. Thank you very much.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished members of the ITEMO, it's also given me great pleasure to invite to the ITEMO the representative of the Vice Chancellor of TASWET. Please join us on the ITEMO. The representative of the VC TASWET, please join us on the ITEMO. Thank you. Also, I warmly invite to the ITEMO Dr. Sam Okunwade, who represents the guest speaker today, to also please move to the ITEMO. Also, we have fellow of the ESN, Professor R.S. Adamo. Prof, once again, you're welcome. You are welcome to OGD Hall, Olabisi Onabanjo University. The university you have heard so much about, you are experiencing today. So once again, you're welcome. Professor S. Ogogu, Prof, sir. Welcome, sir. And also Professor A.P. Idowu, the VC Glorious Vision University. Where are you, sir? Oh, please join us on the ITEMO. God bless you, sir. Well, also to let you know that we have students from the Performing Arts Department of Olabisi Onabanjo University. And at the appropriate time, they will be presenting a dance performance which they have titled The Beauty of Our Land. Yes, we also have the Vice Chancellor of FUNAB here. Professor Talabi, yes, please join us on the ITEMO, please. Thank you. Also, we also have the Honorable Commissioner of Police, ably represented by ACP Edward Adeniyi of Mosoyin. I guess I'm correct, sir. Thank you. Please join us on the ITEMO, sir. Thank you. I think you should go ahead and listen.
Thank you very much. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, Edward Adeniyi Omosoyin is the Area Commander, Jebode, currently representing the Commissioner of Police in Ogun State. Please give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. He's another friend of this great university. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, we now have the national anthem, the Ogun State anthem, and of course the OOU anthem. Shall we all now rise to recite the anthem? Thank you. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, coming to invite the chairman of local organizing committee, a distinguished professor of entomology from Olabisi Onabanjo University, a former dean, faculty of science, Olabisi Onabanjo University, and of course currently the provost, postgraduate school, Olabisi Onabanjo University. And today is the chairman, local organizing committee, Professor Olusegun Adebayo Lawal. To say, come, please give him a round of applause. It's okay, a welcome address. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, please. I want to appeal to rest on the existing protocol because of our time, and I know the people said they are engaged with one thing or the other. My Vice Chancellor, sir, I want to say good morning to everyone. On behalf of the local organizing committee, it is my utmost pleasure to extend a warm welcome to everyone of you to Olabisi Onabanjo University, Agowe, for this important 52nd annual Scientific Entomological Society Conference, slated for 3rd October to 7th of October 2023. First and foremost, let me express my sincere gratitude to Entomological Society of Nigeria National through the president of the association, and for granting the Abeokuta branch this hosting rights, and at the same time within the branch choosing Olabisi Onabanjo University to host the conference as a venue. This conference was approved and scheduled to be held in OOU last year by the former Vice Chancellor, Professor Giola, today, but because of the industrial action, which made it not possible, God in His infinite mercy, counts us worthy, and with His abundant grace, and make the hosting possible this year, through the further approval of the current Vice Chancellor, Professor Yodeji Oche Agbola. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you very much. Then the 52nd annual scientific conference theme is the role of insight in the world economy post-pandemic era. As an institution and local organizing committee, we are truly privileged to have the opportunity to host and organize this gathering of brilliant minds, industry experts, and scholars from various fields of entomology who have come to share knowledge and insights and innovative ideas. This conference holds great significance for us as provides a platform for collaboration, exchange, and exploration of the latest advancements in entomology that will shape the future of our prospective scholars and industries. We have created diverse sessions, lectures, and interactive discussion that will facilitate dynamic learning and foster meaningful connection amongst all participants. As the local organizing committee, our primary focus has been to ensure a seamless and enriching experience for everyone. Countless hours have been dedicated to meticulously plan and coordinating this esteemed program by having a keynote speaker carefully selected and to have a suitable topic and to be delivered to us. Therefore, we have prioritized the environmental consideration throughout the planning process, from minimizing waste of promoting eco-friendly practices. We are committed to positively impacting both the conference and our beautiful surroundings. Incredible things can happen when diverse minds come together with a shared purpose. I encourage you to actively participate, collaborate, and embrace the opportunity to engage with fellow attendees. It is your chance to forge new relationships and shape your experience and gain fresh perspective that will undoubtedly inspire and invigorate your work. In closing, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all of you for joining us today. Your presence and active involvement make this conference a truly exceptional event. Let us seize the day ahead and embrace the power of knowledge, collaborate to create a lasting impact in our respective field. Thank you. And may this conference be inspired and fulfilling journey for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. I will put our hands again together for the Chairman Local Organizing Committee. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned earlier, once again you are welcome to Olabi University, where we have so many firsts. I said earlier that it is the first university that ever deployed the use of artificial intelligence in conducting post-GCSE examination throughout the Federation. And the man behind this innovation is currently the Vice Chancellor of this great university, then the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic, now the Chief Administrator, Academic Administrator of this great university. He is Professor Ayodeji Olayinka Johnson Agbola. Please, I welcome him as he gave his welcome address. Thank you very much. Please, let's keep clapping until the man goes to conclude.
The principals of the university, president of the Political Strength of Nigeria, other executive, provost, deans, directors who are present, other members of the university community, KBSU, Kadipanorial, the other members that are here, of course I cannot be mentioning everybody one by one, but I can also single out the co-vice chancellor. So if I'm the host, we are hosting together. Today we are having another important conference only in this university. This will be the third one since I became the Vice Chancellor in the last 1 year. Incidentally, the program is coming on the month that I will be exactly 1 year in office. The organizers have already chosen a very important theme for the country because the country is at the verge of not even knowing where we stand and where we are going at this moment. Because when you wake up today, the next day, the inflation in the country is above the roof. And one of the problems is because we are unable to produce what we have or what we need. So everybody depends on what the white people need to give to us. And I like the TV again because it's also fitting into one of the vision and the vision of this great university in producing graduates that can further their education, be an employer of labor, and can also be employed. And so you will see the role of research in the world economy post-pandemic era so clearly that we're actually thinking, and I believe that these students will also enjoy it because they know that within the insight that we see every day, we can also make economic value out of it. It's not about becoming a professor like Professor Hawaii. You can also be an entrepreneur using the insights. And I'll be very glad at the end of this conference we're able to produce so many things that people can also lay their hands on and be able to make living out of it rather than just becoming a professor like Professor Hawaii. Many people will also find out that each time I talk, I say there's no professor that is a billionaire like us. I'm not saying one, I'm a professor that's a billionaire. But if you have an entrepreneur using insights, you can also become a billionaire within a particular while. And I'm very glad that this conference is going toward that direction. Can we give ourselves another applause? But people have now moved away from what your hand can do to the knowledge-based economy. And now that also contributing in that line, I'm very happy to be associated with this association. Lastly, please feel free, enjoy yourself. The logo of the university is very clear. Our hospitality is second to none because of the Omoluabi that we have. You can see our logo showing the blue, which shows that all these cameras that will be very soon actually explain to everybody when it came. So for this period I'm going to be here, I'm sure you are going to forget that you came from Lagos or from Sokoto or Kano or Yola or Port Harcourt. To the extent that you might even import your wife to come and meet you here by the time you finish. The only thing is that we will not allow you to take away so that you can bring more. We want to increase our population around here. So as the insect continue to grow here, it's not to go over there, so we can increase our economy as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you warmly to Olabisi Onabanjo University and I wish you happy success in this conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. I will give the Vice Chancellor another round of applause. Thank you very much. While the Vice Chancellor was giving his welcome address, another awardee of this particular program came in. He is Otumba Kunle Kalejaye. He is ably represented by the Rector of Ogun State Polytechnic of Health and Allied Sciences, Dr. Akibo. Please, can we give him a round of applause, please? Thank you. We only have the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture in our midst, Mr. Agogoke. Mr. Agogoke, please come to the high table, please. Thank you very much. Now, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we equally have another distinguished awardee in our midst. He is Mr. Pastor Kunle Oshusoya. Of course, he is spouse to our former registrar of this great university, immediate past registrar, Mrs. Omolara Oshusoya. Please, I will give him a round of applause. Thank you very much. I've just been told that Pastor Isa Gotemi Adeleye, who is representing the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Forestry, to please step forward to the high table. Thank you very much. Please, shall we give him a round of applause, please? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, without wasting time, we now invite the Dean Faculty of Science, Professor John Abidemi Lawi, to please step forward and give his goodwill message. Please, can I put our hands together for him, the Dean Faculty of Science, Olabisi Onabanjo University.
Thank you. Let me do stand on the existing protocol. It's about sense concern. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the Entomological Society of Nigeria, good morning. It is with great pleasure and honor that I stand before you today as the Dean of the Faculty of Science to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to this prestigious gathering. The hosting of the Entomological Society of Nigeria's meeting by esteemed Department of Zoology and Environmental Biology is a momentous occasion for us. This gathering is not only a testament to the importance of entomology in our scientific community, but also an opportunity for us to showcase the incredible work being done in our faculty and department. As the Dean of the Faculty of Science, I would like to take this moment to briefly introduce you to the rich academic and research environment that defines our institution. Olabisi Onabanjo University has a proud tradition of academic excellence and innovation. Our commitment to advancing the frontiers of knowledge is reflected in the outstanding faculty members and researchers we have. The chairman of the LOC, Professor Lawal, I have to mention him. It is for good reason that he is the provost of our postgraduate school. It's a testament to his academic leadership. We also have state-of-the-art laboratories and facilities available, and the learning environment is supportive to our students. The Department of Zoology and Environmental Biology, as the host for this event, is at the forefront of biodiversity conservation and the sort of insects in our region. With a dedicated and passionate team of faculty members, researchers, and students, they have consistently contributed to our understanding of entomology and its vital role in environmental sustainability. As you engage in discussions and presentations over the course of this meeting, I encourage you to explore the opportunities for collaboration and research partnerships that our faculty and department can offer. Our doors are open for collaborative research projects, knowledge exchange, and joint initiatives that can advance the field of entomology and benefit our society at large. In closing, I wish to express my deepest appreciation to the Entomological Society of Nigeria for choosing Olabisi Onabanjo University as host for this gathering. I hope that your time here will be not only academically enriching, but also filled with moments of camaraderie and networking. Once again, a warm welcome to OOU and Faculty of Science. We look forward to fruitful discussions, shared insights, and lasting partnerships. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, we are in a season of collaboration. World Cups are being co-hosted. The next Nations Cup is going to be co-hosted. This conference is being co-hosted. So we are in line. Similarly, I have learned that insects contribute to the ecosystem. And there is a global effort to protect the ecosystem. And every time I watch, I read, I see that all those things that we pay little attention to contribute to the society, even insects. And that's why this conference is very apt. Perhaps what I should be asking the LOC and the organizers is that the reason for our gathering today are not here. Where are the insects? It's on this note that I want to invite the Vice Chancellor of FUNAB to give his own goodwill message. Thank you, sir.
Vice Chancellor, sir, kindly permit me to abide by the existing protocol already established here. My Vice Chancellor, Professor O.B. Kennedy, is unavoidably absent and sent me to come here. He didn't just send me here. I happen to have been a staff of this university, College of Agricultural Sciences, 1997 to 2006. And many years ago at that time, at the mini campus, I used to see Simulium. I say Simulium because I also studied entomology in the course of my program as a student of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine. And I want to guess that was one of the reasons my Vice Chancellor told me to be here. And on my way here, I remember those days of seeing Simulium here. And on that note, I want to encourage those of us here, Simulium, Ipupuska, Imatopa, all those insects, they are available in this area, and in the advent of molecular identification of these insects, you can also use molecular techniques to identify what they may transmit. Of course, we all know that Simulium can transmit onchocerciasis, river blindness. And many years ago, it might not be unlikely that that may be the reason the Catholic hospital established the high foundation, the eye clinic around here, because Agogo used to be noted for river blindness. On that note, I want to appreciate all members of Entomological Society of Nigeria. We bring warm regards from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. Thank you very much, as you have a nice week ahead in this conference. Thank you.
Well, I am a learner. Prof says Simulium. And I was thinking it must be a mineral. And minerals are very, very scarce commodity that generates resources. So Prof, before you leave, tell me where I can find it. So I can go out. when we mention all these big names, because of those of us who didn't go to school as much as Prof, can you just also give us the local names so that when we see it, we can, oh, you are not going to Emukuru, they said it abundance of water. All right, thank you. And that's why I said I think it would have been nice to have the insects around us for this conference also. I know that the Vice Chancellor of Taisho University of Education also have done research around plants, natural things. So it's on that note that I invite the representative of the Vice Chancellor of TASWE to also give his keynote address. Thank you.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, standing on the assistant protocol, my Vice Chancellor, Professor Oluwole Banjo, is unavailably absent at this program because he's attending a science meeting. He has sent his greetings to the chairman and the other LOC member and other participants at this conference. He said that she expressed his greetings and he wishes us a successful conference. Thank you.
You know that bosses don't talk too much. They talk figures. Only that we are not doing any fundraising here. I like to talk to bosses, but all the same. Thank you very much. At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Vice Chancellors, let's say Vice Chancellors because this event is being co-hosted by 3 Vice Chancellors. At this point, I'd like to invite the President, Professor R.S. Adamo, who will give the President's address. President, sir.
To the Master of Ceremonies, good morning. I would like to establish the protocol here. I cannot assume it is there. I have to properly establish it. The Vice Chancellor, Olabisi Unabaludo University, Agodiwe, the Vice Chancellor of Federal University of Agri, Abeokuta, ably represented, the Vice Chancellor, Traditional University of Education, ably represented, the Vice Chancellor, Glorious Christian University, Edo, Professor A.B. Edo, you are welcome. The world fathers, the KBC, I don't know how many are there, but I saw one with the regalia. KBC, this is Carol. Good morning, sir. I saw one KBC clearly is regalia. The principal officers of the PC Onabanjo University, the representative of the Provincial Police, the Permanent Secretary's Ministry of Agri and Forestry, the members of Board of Trustees of the Political Society of Nigeria, eminent trustees, respected fellows of society, our honorary fellows seated in the front seat, you are welcome. We get to know you as the time unfolds. Good morning. The keynote speaker, Professor Sani, plenary speakers, the Vice Chancellor of the Society, members of the National Executive Council of ESN, the past President, and all the officers of the Society, the Dean and the Deans, Directors of OAU and other universities here, colleges and polytechnic, the head of departments, members of staff, fellow entomologists, great Nigerian students, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, and I welcome you to the 52nd Annual Conference of the University Society of Nigeria. We thank God for sparing our life. I would like to make my speech by praising God and thanking Him for sparing our lives to be here this day despite the high socio-economic condition of the country. There is a lot of uncertainty whether this conference will take place or not. As of 4 days ago, there was a lot of contemplation. The labor unions, the government, there's a lot of talks. But we keep head and told the LOC, continue to plan, continue to pray. We hope things will work. To the glory of God, the strike, there was an amicable resolution. They were here, strike will not affect our conference. If you recall, last year there was a serious industrial strike by the university union that people in the university lingered for more than 7-8 months. At the point we were trying to hold this conference in this great university, but with Vice Counseling we are told not to, because we may not achieve the desired goal, because the universities have been, and other unions, not only asked that to strike. So we have to postpone the conference today. To the glory of God, God spare our life. We are here in BC Onabanjo University. We thank God. I'm happy to be here at Ago Iwoye. I hope I'm going to pronounce very well. Ago Iwoye. So I have to draw it. Thank you. The home of BC Onabanjo University, which is one of the first generation state universities. We were told this morning that it was established in 1982, more than 40 years. The university has excelled in all frontiers of knowledge. The University Society of Nigeria was established in 1965. We are more than 58 years at the University of Ibadan. The society was legally incorporated by the Corporate Affairs Commission on 12 May 2015. Society's main objective is to promote the study of insects for the betterment of man, animal, and the environment. The society is governed by the National Executive Committee in conjunction with the Board of Trustees, the BOT. The BOT serves as the guidance to the society. The society has a board of fellows, which offers advisories to the council. The National Executive Committee provides the day-to-day activity running of the society. In moving with the current digital age, the society has adopted virtual meetings and a combination of virtual and in-person hybrid conferences. Entomology contributes immensely to the amelioration and enhancement of human society by detecting the role of insects in the spread of diseases, by discovering ways of protecting livestock from insect-borne diseases, and also by studying the ways beneficial insects will contribute to the well-being of humans, animals, plants. Also, insects provide useful services to mankind in taking predators. Similarly, insects facilitate nutrient recycling, pollination of plants and crops, maintain soil structure, improves fertility, and provide food to other animals. The study of insects or insect science is the basis for the development of biological and chemical pest control, fiber and protection, storage, epidemiology, and a variety of other fields of sciences. The field of entomology has contributed to the understanding of public health, which adversely affects human health. Public health entomology focuses on the biology, population of vectors, borne diseases, and management. So the society is concerned with the impact of insects on man, animal, and environment. It was generally reported that insect pests cause more than up to 80% yield losses of wheat crops, with 100% yield losses also reported in some instances. I'm happy to report that the theme of this year's conference, the second annual conference of the site, is the role of insect in the world economy on post-pandemic era. We had COVID in the last 3-4 years, which has slowed down the economy, has affected life greatly. So we want to know what insect role insect play to make the economy rebound. I'm highly assured that the keynote speaker, Professor Al-Sani, the Executive Director of Nigerian Stored Produce Research Institute, Lorin, will extensively deal with the subject matter as related to food security. Nestle Loring has the national mandate for the research and management of storage insect pests. This was vested with that mandate. Because if you produce food, you have to store it. Because food are not made to consume that day or that month, it has to be kept to extend the shelf life and provide food security for the country. The importance of food storage is the heart of national food security. The society NEC has introduced new measures to improve and encourage members to participate in branch and national activities towards the promotion of entomology in the country. It is important to note that the society major publication, the Nigerian Journal of Entomology. Nigerian Journal of Entomology is an official journal. It has international visibility as it is acquired digital object identifier, and in the recent times, volume 36 and 37 has been uploaded in the society website, which is indicated in this document. I'm happy to also report that volume 37 will be launched during this conference. The Nigerian Journal of Entomology has continued to maintain this reputation as the highest high-impact journal, which publishes high-quality research articles in the field of entomology. The NGA is self-sustaining and fully online. If you Google it now, Nigerian Journal of Entomology online, you see all the previous articles and the current ones. And even the backlog has been uploaded. And if you have the digital object identifier, which you can print directly. The National Secretariat of the Society, the Entomology Society of Nigeria has a secretariat, is planning to build a secretariat. The society has been allocated 1 hectare land to establish the Entomological Society National Secretariat and Insect Museum at the University of Abuja. It's centrally located in the University of Abuja. Construction has started with the perimeter fence being partially built to secure the land. The entrance gate has also been erected. However, works has not been able to continue due to paucity of funds. We are short of funds. The secretariat is a big project strategically located in the university, and we need funds through our cooperation with corporate bodies, our fellows, and other governmental organizations to ensure that to help us build the secretariat. Next has brought modalities to ensure that members contribute towards the building of the secretariat through payment of levies and dues. However, the response is not encouraging. I therefore call on members to do the need by being financial members, by paying the levies towards building that secretariat. Next is highly time to see the acceleration of this project. We are investing that in the next 2-3 years, that secretariat should be built. We hope that our trustee, our fellows, and our well-wishers will come to join us to lead that project. Presently, the temporary secretariat of the society will continue to be hosted at the Department of Crop Protection, Ahmadu Bello University area, until the proposed secretariat is built. So the present secretariat is just one big group in the Department of Crop Protection area. For the cycle, of course, since we have this land, we should have the secretariat and the museum. So, and in Abuja, each process. So we need to do that, and we are determined to do it. This year's conference is a unique one, because having been able to hold the conference last year because of the protected industrial action of the University Union. So we are taking, since 2021, in October, we have not had a conference. We missed last year's conference. The reasons are obvious. Bereavement. During the last 2 years, we lost some of our members, notably Professor Jonathan of the DB, Professor C.I. Amatobi, Dr. Mrs. Margaret Ishua, Dr. Mrs. Eunice Okarapo, Dr. Marco Kongu, Madam Sula Abdullahi, Madam Sheikh Ali, a PhD student of Modibo Adama University, is about to defend his PhD. We lost him. The society sympathizes with the families of these members. May their soul rest in peace. We will observe a minute silence in their honor. Please, can we just rise and observe a minute silence? their gentleman's soul rest in peace. Also, we have some happy happenings, not only there, we have promotion, award, and honor. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the past 2 years, a lot of milestones were achieved in the life and careers of our members. Notably, Dr. Biola Oke of Nigerian Horticultural Research Institute in Ibadan was elected the president of Association of African Insect Science, Association of African Insect Scientists, AAIS, at Cote d'Ivoire in March 2022. Professor Abdulhamid Yusuf of Bayero University, Kano, a member of the society, a fellow in knowledge, was elected the president of the Nigerian Society of Plant Protection in May 2023. Many others were promoted to various ranks in the place of work. We have more than 12 professors, more than 12 PhDs, and other master's students, which time will not permit me to mention them. Also, a number of our members got appointments to head institutions of higher learning, as well as faculties, department, research institutes. Notably, Professor B.J. Kabir, the chairman of Maiduguri branch, was appointed executive director, that's permanent secretary of Lecture Research Institute Maiduguri. Some of our members also delivered inaugural lectures, such as Professor Gideon Amoga of National Research University, Professor Kainde Kem Bonta of the University of Lagos, and others. Also, many other higher degrees in the last 2 years. I would like to use this opportunity to congratulate them on behalf of the society. Cheers to you all. Thank you. Today, being a very important day, 4 fellows will be decorated. This is in recognition of the outstanding dedication and contribution to the society and insect science. The new fellows are Professor A.A. Oyerinde, Professor T. Olta, Professor A.T. Andy, and Professor A.B. Ido. I believe all of them are here. They will be decorated with their new status as the fellows of the society. This is a enviable height that all members aspire to be. I will warmly congratulate the new fellows. Also, we are going to recognize our honorary fellows. There are 7 of them for their outstanding contribution to society and for being with us as our guardians and our champions, our course of actions. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the greatest joy and honor to welcome all of our guests and listening participants to Ago Iwoye. Will I say correctly now? Good. An ancient and beautiful town. I remember being here. The only place I've been to is Ijebuode on the road to Lagos. But I learned the town is here. It's very old town, very well-established settlement. A home of academia and hospitality. The BCC is so, but I would like to the hospitality. Maybe tomorrow I will go around and see what is here. I believe that the 3-day conference will be full of sound academic discourse for knowledge sharing and expression in the field of technology. I want to especially thank the Vice Chancellor of the Olabisi Onabanjo University, Professor A.O. Johnson Agola, our host for the warm reception and cordial atmosphere provided for the conference. I will not forget to appreciate the former Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor T.O. Oladunde, for accepting to hold this conference in the year 2020, but the industrial action could not make it possible. It was determined to us, but time was on his side. We have to hold the conference today. We greatly acknowledge his contribution. The Board of Trustees, the former Secretary, and the former President of the Society for their support and counseling. We thank you for that. Indeed, we are indebted to the members of the LOC, the Local Organizing Committee, for their practical resolve and effort to hold this conference, particularly the chairperson of the LOC, Professor Lawal. Professor Lawal has been up and doing the last 2 months. I was on his neck, and the other members to ensure that all is the National Committee of the entire membership of the ESN, I express sincere appreciation and gratitude to God and those who contributed in one way or the other to the success of this society. I wish to express my immense gratitude to the sponsors of this conference, which included at the present time, Olabisi Onabanjo University, Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, NAFDA, the tertiary universities, and others for their contribution. We are highly grateful. I would like to conclude by saying, Ekaro, Esipopo, thank you for I say it correctly, I say Ekaro correctly, Esipopo. Okay, great. Congratulations. Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀. Another round of applause for the president. Well, I will personally see the president before he leaves, because when you are the president of this kind of great society, I still insist that I must see these insects. But there's one I don't want to say. There are some insects, you know, there are some that are very good. In this side, there are some insects that we eat. When we're young, we pray for rain to fall, and then there is what we call a susum. I don't know what you call it. That one, we roast it and we eat. If you go towards a west side, there's one they creep that, you know, so those ones I like. The other ones that bite, I don't want them. All right, I also have Engineer Kehinde Akintomide, who is the Rector, Industrial Promotion of the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. He is representing the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. Where are you, sir, man? Oh, thank you. Can you please join us on the item? Thank you. At this point, we move to the keynote address. And the keynote address titled, The Role of Insects in the World Economy, the Post-Pandemic Era, will be delivered by Professor Elo Sonny. Professor Elo Sonny is the Executive Director of Nigeria's Third Product Research Institute. And at this point, I invite Professor Amana Onekutu, who will present the citation of the keynote speaker, Professor Onekutu. A round of applause for Professor Onekutu. While the citation of the keynote speaker is being read, the person representing him will stand, and sir, with all respect, you have to remain standing. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This was done on my lap a few minutes ago, so let me see what I can do with it. Okay. The citation of Professor Ed Olson. Professor Ed Olson is a professor of food science and technology from the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and is presently the executive director of Nigerian Product Research Institute, and is at the same time a consultant project manager building and integrated economically sustainable cassava seed systems for the IITA. He obtained the BSc from FUNAP 1990 and the Master's and a PhD from the Department of Food Technology, University of Ibadan. began his academic career as an assistant lecturer in the Department of Food Science and Technology. That's in FUNAB in 1993. And he rose through the ranks to become a professor in 2008. He belongs to 12 learned societies, professional associations, and is a fellow of the Nigerian Academy of Science. International Academy of Food Science and Technology. He's also a member of the Nigerian Institute of Food Science, Nigerian Institute of Food Science and Technology, Institute of Management for Governance of Nigeria, and Risk Managers Association in Nigeria. He's currently the chairman steering committee of African Women in Agricultural Research and Development, that is our. And is also the chairman, governing council of Oyo State College of Agriculture and Technology, Gora. He has 32 years of experience as a post-harvest expert on tropical root crops, mostly with NRI in the UK, where he's currently a visiting professor. The African Association of African Universities and the International Institute of Agriculture, where I said earlier, there is a project manager of Basics, what they call Basics 2. He's also involved with the West and Central African Council of Agricultural Research and Development and the International Society of Tropical Root Crops. He was the country manager of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, funding the cassava project, adding value for Africa. That was between 2008 and 2019. He's a project coordinator and work package leader for the EU, African, Caribbean, and Pacific Scientific Capacity Building Project, where 350 young scientists are trained cut across a number of those countries. Professor Sani led FUNAB IITA African Cassava Agronomy Project component on the validation and dissemination to commercial farmers and the African Development Bank Technology for Agricultural Transformation Product and quality support to Togo and Nigeria. He served as a resource person for World Bank sponsored project titled Upscaling the Nigerian Flash Drying Experience for Sustainable Regional Trade and Income Generation in West Africa. As a professor of food science and technology, he is executive director, as stated earlier, of NISPRI and the consultant manager of business. He was a former deputy vice chancellor of development of FUNAB, dean of food and science and human ecology, director of the Agile Adventist Memorial Center for Learning. He was the deputy director, Center for Human Resources Development, and head of Department of Food Science and Technology, all in FUNAB. On record, he has supervised more than 100 undergraduate students, 17 master's students, 34 PhD students, and he has about 136 journal articles to his credit, 30 books, 30 conference proceedings, and 1 patent with Google Scholar. Scopus 1608 is record 1688, data index of 22. I don't know how much all of that means. So he's a member of the 2020 UK Research and Innovation. He's a member of the 2000 UK Research and Innovation International Development Peer Review College. He's evaluated 20 professorial cadres in Nigeria and abroad, and he served on the editorial board of International Journal for Food Science and Technology. He's a knowledgeable scholar, a passionate innovator, a team player with social skills, a committed researcher, a mentor, manager, advocate, and a role model in sustainable development and transformation. He's happily married with 5 children. Present to you Professor Sani, who is giving the keynote address.
Thank you very much. I'm not Professor Sani. I'm Dr. Samson Okwade, a fellow of this great society. Incidentally, today I'm supposed to join some of my town people. I facilitated it to visit the new show of Ogomasho on the concert visit. But because of my love for insect, I said I have to be here. But I'm happy to see a cabinet here today, which I would like to have a snapshot today at the end of the day. Permit me for some reason to stand on the existing protocol, because the protocol has already been established by my senior in PhD class at the Ahmadu Bello University, who is the person of Professor Rabiu. Yes, so since my senior has established a protocol, and we are supervised by the same person, the late MCDK, Professor MCDK, who happened to be a past president of this society, so permit me to stand on that existing protocol. Professor Sane would have loved to be here, but as we're waiting for the light, something that happened in 1999 happened to him. In 1999 in Kano, when we hosted the 30th annual conference, I was the chairman of the LOC. We got a lot of people, we got the attention of the governor, the speaker, and all the like. And we got a prominent man in the society, the retired Vice Admiral, Murtala Iyako, to chair the occasion. So as he was preparing to leave his Sebore farm in Mayobema and Adamawa State on Monday to come for the conference, lo and behold, people came at their fest, organizing an international conference in his farm. So because of that, he has to drop everything and get somebody to represent him. Up till Friday, Professor Sani thought of coming here. But you know these Abuja people, they just invited him for a meeting with CODAF. So he has to be in Lagos today and tomorrow. And that is why he has requested me as one of his staff to come and represent him in this occasion. So please, just as Murtala Iyako pleaded, we should forgive him. So please forgive Professor Sani for not being here today, because he sees himself as part and parcel of this program. Now, the topic that has been given to him to talk about is the role of insect in the world economy post-pandemic era. The role of insect in the world economy post-pandemic era. There is no need we talk too much stories about pandemic, because if you don't know it, if you don't know the meaning, at least for those of us who are here, you feel it. You felt it in the year 2020. COVID-19, which is otherwise the coronavirus, really caused a lot of problems all over the world. In fact, it threw the whole world into a forced holiday. It was characterized by the FAO as a pandemic, and when the medical people hear the word pandemic, they don't just believe. It became a threat to public health. You can't socialize with people. When you want to greet people, it's at a distance. When you want to cough, if you go to a place you don't have face mask, it's a problem. It caused a lot of social problems. It affected the global economy. And these are some of the cases. We have a total of 594,367,200 247 number of confirmed cases all over the world. These are the reported ones. There are some that are not reported. The number of deaths globally stood at 6.4 million, while confirmed cases in Nigeria alone stood at 262,912, and the number of deaths that we record in Nigeria is 3,147. Now the next slide. What impact has this COVID-19 caused on the Nigerian economy? Our gross domestic product was contracted to 6.1% in the second quarter of 2020. It caused a drop in the exportation of oil. Since people are restricted from moving, they don't use much fuel, so the sale of fuel become a problem. And you know, for us in Nigeria, we are mono-commodity economy. So the sales of fuel reduce, and the income into the Nigerian economy reduces drastically. There's a reduction in family consumption. Since people are not allowed to go out to work, they cannot make money. So because of that, they have to cut their coat according to their cloth, because not much food is available for people to eat. But in the new normal, what we have increased decline on online. COVID-19 though is bad, but it taught us some lesson. It was then we started doing some online meetings. Since we cannot meet physically, let's put it online. Delivery of prepared meals. People don't go to restaurants again. They just prepare it and just drop it somewhere. And contactless details. The banks also were taught to go into some contact. Even business people. The number of direct contact reduced drastically. Remote meetings. That somebody once told us in the office that this virtual meeting we are having is a lesson that we got from COVID-19. So you can stand here and connect with some other people all over the world. That is why during the course of preparation for this meeting, some people asked, will there be virtual meeting? And also the digital currency. That was when the bank also developed the issue of you can even stand here and transfer millions of naira to people without contact here and there. Unfortunately, this has caused it brought some disadvantage to those of us that are. So, when you travel for a meeting, you go here and you collect the TA, you claim transport money and all the other things, you don't collect that again. Because of what? Because of the virtual meeting. Now there is a problem. What will the drive of the new economic cost? It's going to cost some automation. That is, using automated quality control in the insect production through the estimation of mortality rates. And when you can use automation to estimate the mortality rate, you will be able to come up with appropriate method of control. Predictive analysis, whereby we use sensor to predict or analyze footage of insect tracking, and at the same time, on artificial intelligence, we are being told that the issue of using artificial intelligence started from this university. So with this, we are able to come up using artificial intelligence to recognize and classify insects appropriately identify them. Because when there is a wrong identification of insects, we are going to adopt a wrong control method, and it's not going to be effective, it's not going to be economical. And on the issue of robustness, for intelligent gathering and searching and rescue operation from the environmental monitoring and communication. Now the next slide. The post-COVID era, the global food system. How does it affect the global food system? Increasing world population and potential food shortage. Some women confess that they have never had their husband stay in the house with them continuously for 1 week. But because of COVID, the husband is forced to stay in the house. And as a result of that, unwanted pregnancies are not alive, which is been predicted by 2050. The world population will increase to 9 billion. Then there will be potential increase in demand for meat. Not only in demand for meat, but also demand for food. And there is also the adverse effect on the economic growth rate. The economic growth rate is greatly affected because we have a lot of number of unborn children. When you have increase in population without planning adequately to increase food production, definitely that's going to be a problem. Had it been with planned area that we are going to have COVID-19, population will increase, scientists would have done one thing or another to also come up with some measures that will also increase the population and the increase food production so as to take care of the unexpected increase in population. Now, insects, let's look at it as a group of animals. They are the most successful group of animals on Earth. The late Professor Afolabi Toye of blessed memory, who was the vice chancellor that admitted me into the University of Ilorin in 1984, when he was giving his inaugural lecture at the University of Ibadan in 1975, the inaugural lecture is titled Biological Success, the Art of Claim. He proved that insects are the most successful group of animals on Earth. Number one, an Isoku insect can lay 500 eggs and produce them at a time. But for human beings, how many children can we born at a time? Maximum of 9. 2, there is nowhere you go, you don't find them. On the tree, they are there. Inside the soil, they are there. In the water, they are there. In the air, they are everywhere you go. In Africa, they are there. 2, another thing is that they can cross international border without any visa. They will cross from Nigeria to Cameroon. Even the cross-top man that you put at the border, mosquito will stop over, collect blood in order to get it and move to another country without any visa. Another problem is that the more you try to stop them, to put them at check, the more they will growing resistance from one to the other. That is why my colleague, our senior colleague, Professor Chris Kayode Adedire, in his inaugural lecture in 2005, I think, at Federal University of Technology in Akure, said something. The title of the inaugural lecture is who wins the conflict, insects or man? People said that, what conflict? At the end of the day, he proves to the garden that the war between man and insect is greater than that of nuclear weapon. So the best thing, we can never win the war. Since we can't win the war, when they are causing you discomfort, deal with them to the extent that they cannot discomfort you again, and just be there, let them be living their own life, and you also be living your own life. Are they not more successful than how biologically they are? And if the day we overcome the war between us and insects, some of us will be out of our job. And I want to say with due respect, if not because of the problem that insect caused in 1944, that made British government to send some delegate to West Africa to come and survey. These agricultural producers, they are good, but they are being invested. What do we do? If not because of the problem in insect, we wouldn't have had this week today. So kudos to Mr. Insects. Then please, I'm still on you. Please go back. Insects, they are the most diverse. You find them all over, there are so many. They are the most abundant. That's what, how many of us are we? We're not up to 1,000 here. But maybe when you go over there, if not because of fumigation, for mosquitoes, you can find millions of them here. They are more than us. And if that's for species, they are in millions. But we human beings, we are just very few. The next slide. The economic importance of insects. We have agricultural pests. On the field, we have quite a lot of them. They start attacking our crop right from the field. We have something like Apis cassivora. When you plant your beans and you just start coming up, start burning, and the Apis cassivora will just go there at the very stage, they just destroy the beans anyhow. There's this our good friend, Calosophocus maculatus. Sorry for some of us may not be familiar, but this is our own language. Those of us in the insects of them. You see, they will start attacking the crop. When it is just before harvesting, they start dealing with the crop, and they will follow this crop to the store. And if they are not taking, they just finish the whole thing. They cause a lot of nuisance to human beings and also to animals. As we are sitting here, if not for fumigation, you will have seen mosquitoes here and there. My entomology lecturer in the University of Ilorin, Professor Fashorati, he said, when they want to do it, then they just come and bite and go. But the noise and the guitar they play on you, yes, it's what the percentage. So they cause a lot of nuisance. We have some examples of insects here. They cause a lot of damage. Look at this is maize. Somebody who has farmed, store his maize. Look at what they cause. This is caused by Sitophilus cerevisiae and Sitophilus oryzia. Based now, some people don't buy this more than what they eat in a week. Some are even afraid of eating it because they don't know the type of chemical that can be used to store them. Sorry, I'm not bored with the name, bored with some of the name. But these are gentlemen here. This is Lazoyama Sequoia. You always see his neck like this. And even secret tobacco that is being used to control persons or places. This gentleman here, Lazoyama Sequoia, will also go ahead to attack secret. So let's go on. Benefits of this, no matter how bad something is, at least there will be the good side of it. We have some insects, more than 2,000 species that are good for food. We have them as cricket and grasshoppers. When I was traveling to Maiduguri, the only thing my wife remembered that they should buy for her is these grasshoppers. Because I stayed in Maiduguri with my wife about. I was there for 10 years before I got married. So they said, please, if you don't buy anything, just make sure you come with this grasshopper. And if you go there, I mean, even if you don't like to eat it, the way they prepare it, you will know it's a very good and cheap source of protein. I want to throw a challenge to us here. That those of us, especially those in Maiduguri, let's start packaging this cricket. Somebody said he wants to see the insect. I'm sure with the outcome of what we're going to see here, you start seeing them in package form, and we'll be exporting them out of this country, and we're going to using them to collect some dollars from this foreign country. Maybe with that, dollar will now come down to $100 to $1. When they're getting this. Well, still on this, as raw materials, we have the silk. Some of these sneakers that from this silk insect, they are being used as raw materials in the industry and also economic sustainability. Some of these insects are good pollinators and good scavengers. Let me come up a little bit here. Murtala Iyako has a farm. I've been to the farm before. Sebore farm. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sebore farm. He has over 50,000 mango trees there. And when he calculated the number of insects they need, they require to pollinate this insect, the mango tree, it was something else. In fact, if you go to Adama, who is Baba Adamawa here? What is the name they gave to Baba Murtala Iyako? Baba the mango, that is Baba the mango seller. When they harvest this mango, they freeze it from the airport, straight, they transport it abroad. Courtesy of what? The work of insects. So indirectly, this one is exporting mango, and the man is making billions. If I when they became all of them, they went to beg him, please come and become out. They needed a lot of insects to be able to pollinate mango tree. So you can see the work essentially. As scavengers, ladies and gentlemen, men and brethren, please, we can stop importation of fertilizer by the activities of insects. Insects are good decomposers. These are our trashes, which is causing problem. Let's put them together, get some insect to cause the decomposition. And then faster than when all these trashes become decomposed, we can put them on our farms. We are told by those in agriculture that if you put this type of compost on your farm to a particular level, for the next 3 years, you don't need fertilizer again. So with the activities of insect, we can say no to importation of fertilizer in this country. If the politicians are here, please, I hope they are listening. Okay, the mass media are here. They will be able to tell our politicians or what. Let them give us the money. We are going to carry out the appropriate research to cause a lot of decomposition, put a lot of fertilizer. Organic is even safer than using the organic fertilizer. And we are going to deal with all these importations of fertilizers and not the like. Then, the next slide. Also, the benefit of insect. Insect can bring about job opportunities. I stayed in Maiduguri for 10 years. Some housewives and some old youths, as early as 5 a.m., they are out of the house. to go and pack these insects, these crickets, and all these big grasshopper. They bring it to the house. Some boys will assist them in removing the wings and all the like. That's his job. Some people will be involved in the frying. It has created job for them. And some will be involved in the marketing, selling it. Has it not created job for them? Job opportunities are bound in the insect industry. Some of us that are moving towards retirement, one of the things we would like to venture into is the sale of agrochemicals. People are making billions of naira from the sale of agrochemicals. Had it not been for the activity of them, they would have been out of business. I've apologized to the LOC. Since 1999 to date, I've been raising money for ESN, anywhere they go conference. That's why they call me active fundraiser. But this year, I couldn't do that because they could not, these importers could not even do much. But what we are trying to bring out is that because of the naughty work insects are doing, people are even bringing on new chemicals now to deal with insects and they are getting job. When they import these chemicals, some people will get job, the people selling the chemical will get job, and even people spraying the chemical alone, it's also providing job opportunities for them. As it provides job opportunities for them, it's including livelihood. Because more money will come into the family. And when more money comes, farmers will be able to send their children to better schools, they'll be able to wear new clothes, they'll be out of debt, they'll stop troubling our politicians. Somebody was telling me the other day, they said, instead of I want to contest, instead of contesting, I choose to go and become dean in one faculty because before you wake up in the morning, these guys are there waiting for you. But when you give them this type of job, they stop troubling our politicians, and with that, the politicians will be able to have more work to do. And when there is increased livelihood, definitely the economy will grow. This is an example that they told us. If we start producing our own fertilizer through the activities of the composite insect, is the economy not going to grow? The billions of naira we spend importing food into this country, or importing fertilizer, will also reduce. There are some insects that you can use, people use it as fish feed. Some of these fish feed we are importing from outside the country will also reduce. Please let me have the next slide because of time. Now, the economic significance of insect farming. In the market for insect will be worth up to $8 billion by the year 2030. It has been estimated by the year 2030, the market, money that will be coming from insect alone, insect will be worth $8 billion. I think this is a good thing for those of us thinking of what to do after retirement. In South Africa now, they are making about 50 million on insect activity. The consumption rate, something has been done, and they have a lot of recreation activity coming through that. In Thailand, they are having $85,000 just for the activities of taking, just working on insect farming alone, and exploitation has also increased. As we are going to see in the later slide, there is a species of cockroach that is edible. We even saw it in one of our platforms, where some people they are farming cockroach and they are eating it and they are making a lot of money. Next slide. Economic value derived from insect. From insect is what they are collecting about 80% of our trees, just as is happening in Sephora farm. I hope the Sephora farm is still here. Then seed dispersal. Insect also assist in this, and the issue of decomposition, I've already said much about that. Let's go to the next slide. Of course, nutrition. A lot of these our edible insects, they are cheap, good source of protein, and they are safe. And also for biological control, instead of using chemicals and all the like, insect can also take care of that. And some people just travel from one place to another. They say there's some group of insects. You mean they're growing cockroach or whatever like. They can be traveling there, and it's going to cause a lot of attraction to our tourism. Let's go to the next slide. I will not say much about this, but if you want to know more about it, thank God my senior sister is here, Professor Kemabonta, who sometime last month really scattered the amazing world of insect at the University of Lagos when she delivered her inaugural lecture. So I learned that copies are here, which we can also consult, and we're going to get quite a lot of information on this. Because of that, let's go to the next slide. Let's go to the next slide. Now, commonly farm insect. You have been talking that, okay, you said insect. Which insect can we even farm? The man looking for the insect physically, please come closer here. We have the Acantha domestica, is the house cricket. The adult one can be used as food and to feed our animals. We also can read us as a meals. The field cricket, the adult one, we can use it as food for ourselves and also for our animals. The Coastal migratoria, the adult one can be used as food and feed for both man and also for our animal. We have the platidid, that's the cockroach, which I just talked about, can also be used as food and also for animals. We use it a lot in China. We also have the Musa domestica, some species of housefly, both the pre-pupa and pupa state. You can use it as feed for our fish pond. Yes, let's go to the next slide. We also have the Ametia ilosica, the black soldier fly. Both the larva, the pre-pupa, and the pupa can be used as feed. And a lot of these are the big industry in Europe, Africa, and America are making use of it. We pray that we also go to have that in Nigeria in no distance from now. We have the Rhizoconus folicicium, the African palm weevil, the larva state is used as food in both Western and Central Africa. Please, for those of us that are not familiar with science, the pupa, adult, and all that, they are just the developmental stages of the insect, so that we don't think we are talking about something there. We have the Bombasia mori, that is sleepworm. It's used for food and feed. After the stick is harvested, we have the Anaphia phoenicia, also the sleepworm, which is used currently in Nigeria now. The Aphis mellifera, that's the honey. Thank God, our General Secretary. When you see him riding jet very soon, the guy knows the money, he knows Professor is not a thief. It could be from the money he's earning from honey. And you all agree with me that honey has a lot of advantages. We send some medical doctors, with due respect for you, some medical doctors may be partially, I don't know what to call it. When you have wound, instead of going for all this synthetic whatever, just apply honey. This cup that I'm having now, once I take one spoon with one lime, take it, I don't need to go for all this antibacterial whatever they call it, here and there, even for so many things. All this is just due to the activities of insect. I know of a retired staff of ABU. Keku, you know him. The moment, he's even in technology, it's not even a lecturer, it's technology. The moment Keku retired, politicians were inviting him to come and establish honey bee farm for them, for him. There was a time they were even on the snake, jumping here, jumping here, jumping here, jumping here. The guy is in some cool money now. Because of what? Insect. So you cannot see that we can be making some billions and billions of naira from the work of insect. The next slide. Now, cricket's role in insect post, critical role in the insect post-pandemic activity. Raw materials. We have the sleek cloth production. We all agree that one of the most expensive cloth in the world today is sleek. It's all from insects. And that has created because and this thing will pass through some processes. Many people will be involved because of that job creation. Even the marketing. The marketer will have a lot of clothes to sell. And the dollars will also have their own to do. Then, in the environmental sustainability, they require less resources. They emit fewer greenhouse gases. No more, what insect emit, it doesn't come through or trouble to us. They promote biodiversity. And in terms of food and feed, there's food for the future. When we have food coming up from insect, we don't need too much. We don't need to worry too much because this food will make us to be healthy, protein us, give us good amino acid, lot of vitamins from the natural source, mineral content, fiber, fat, all these things at affordable rates. And when we have them at affordable level, we use it to feed our animal. The animal we also have to go to have some of these aquatic animals and all the other animals, we go to have them at the cheaper rate because the cost of production will be less compared to the other using the other source. The next slide. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the world is experiencing drastic change because of this COVID-19. We were told that another variant of COVID-19 is on the way. Am I right? Am I right? Something similar to COVID-19. I think there was someone posted on our something. Yoruba say, Imbo. Can I say? We have learned a lot of lessons. That is, may we not use our own issue to learn lesson. May we learn lesson from what happened to other people. In Thomas is a something that happened the first time should never repeat itself a second time. And those that read the Bible very well will tell us that never, they said affliction must not repeat itself a second time. Since they have started warning us, all the troubles we passed through during COVID-19, and we are told that another one is coming now. We should do something, we should start doing something in order to stop that thing from coming. A good answer, a good tool we can use in this thing called insect. Insect will play, insect will play a critical role in the management of the ecosystem and our food. If we have a lot of cricket farmers and all the like here and there during COVID, we don't go and be harvesting them at the cheaper rate. The investment in insect farming will continue to grow globally, whether we like it or not. If there are bankers here, I want to plead, give entomologists money to conduct research and start establishing insect farm anywhere. If we have politicians here, your constituency project, why don't you think of giving some universities money to start establishing some farm, cricket farm, cocoa farm, honey farm, this farm related to insect at a cheaper rate, so that when the eventualities happen, we will not be in trouble. The opportunities provided by insect rearing for food, for feed, for production, industrial raw material, and even for aesthetic and some other thing, it is so wide that we can never exhaust it. So at the brief, because I just have to, because the president warned me when we are coming in that we should try to finish in good time. In brief, this is the presentation from my boss, Professor Lateef Oladimeji Sani. Thank you for being a wonderful audience. I think I'm trying to do justice to you. So you will see the insect very well. Give us the money to establish the thing. Thank God we have a lot of land here. Mr. Vice Chancellor, application for land for entomologists to start establishing insect farm in this place. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Quite interesting. While our students from performing arts are getting ready, let me share one or two things. I don't know how many of us are into fish farming, or you have experienced fish farming. I am told that one of the best food for fish is maggots. Are maggots also insects? Oh, they are insects. I can produce maggots. You see, I saw a friend who just passed a hose through his septic waste septic, and then the maggot drops into the fish pond, and then the fish that we eat become very fast. So I agree with you that we can make so much money from insects. But right on this campus also, one day, my wife was bitten by an insect. And in less than 10 minutes, I could hardly recognize her. Yeah, until she was rushed to the clinic. So while you are talking about the good insects, maybe we should also warn ourselves against the negative ones. May God save us.